Hair transplants should optically enhance the illusion of coverage and density of your hair, but at the same time respect the natural laws of hair flow on the scalp and beard. And unfortunately, on some days, we witness some of the most extreme hair transplants out there with incorrect planning, wrong execution, and unfortunately, today is such day where I'm gonna be introducing to you the most aggressive hair transplant of 2025 and share with you all that went wrong with this surgery, even if it might not seem like that at first sight. And before we start with this video, guys, I need your help urgently. I created this poll on the channel where I'm asking my viewers what would be the best way to share with you all of my hair transplant clinic knowledge and insights that I've collected over 7-8 years of advising clients one-on-one, visiting almost 30 clinics in person, and being very immersed in this industry. And I really need your help, guys, to help me figure out whether I should continue offering my one-on-one calls to help clients individually one-on-one find the right clinic based on their individual cases, or the second option would be to create a verified list of hair clinics vetted by me by strict quality criteria, and this portal would be freely accessible. So please go ahead and click the link in the video description or in the pinned comments at the top, where it will redirect you to the poll, and I'm gonna be very thankful for each of your votes. Thank you very much. So what's the deal, Matt? Why this is supposed to be the most extreme and aggressive hair transplant of 2025? Most of you guys would probably think nothing went wrong here, okay? So we are seeing restored hairline that was moved forward a bit. There is a decent amount of density in the hairline. There might be some double grafts across the hairline, but the hairline as such looks decent. Even the design appears to be correct for the most part. Now let's have a look at the profile or side photos of the patient. We can forgive the hairline and the lower density, some see-through effect going on from this angle. I can forgive that. Problem starts happening once we move to the temple. Frontotemporal transition, the temporal triangle, the sideburns area, and the actual beard. All of these things had been restored. Unfortunately, not in a good way. The patient already had a surgery done before, so somebody tried to already restore his temporal hairline, sideburns, and the beard previously. Now, what the clinic should have done at this stage with this type of patient, I would classify him as a repair case because many things hadn't been done properly before. The hair in the temple would need a correction, but not correction like they did. And also the hair in the sideburns area had been transplanted too much. It's almost as if they tried to double the size of his sideburns previously and extend those sideburns in twice the size. This is a clear mistake of the clinic doing the work on this patient, because if we look at men with naturally full beards that are reaching quite high up on their cheeks as well, their sideburns are always looking slim with a fair bit of distance between the sideburns and their eyebrow endings. This also allows for a formation of a distinct temple peak as well that is looking aesthetic. The beard had been also done quite aggressively. His beard line had been extended and moved up way too much, way too far, covering almost the whole cheeks entirely. And what the clinic decided to do now was to pretty much thicken everything up. And on top of that, as if that wouldn't be enough, move the temples to the front as well as the beard line kind of higher up. Now, the problem is now that the appearance is looking incredibly robust. We are seeing very thick, dark looking follicles that are very pigmented coming from the occipital, very likely, and they are causing a lot of unnaturalness in the temporal zone. The temporal triangle doesn't look very aesthetic either, and the problem is also a very narrow gap between the end of his eyebrows and his sideburns. As I mentioned, sideburns have been now extended probably twice or 2.5 times their original size before, and it's going to be tough to repair this. You would need to work with aggressive removal surgically or some aggressive laser removal from the temple and sideburn areas to create a more aesthetic looking temple where you would kind of go like this and, kind of return there. But that would also require to, shave off or maybe even laser off some of the sideburns from his beard. So pretty much all of this area minimally should go, in my opinion, to make this a more natural restoration. And even a big part of those temples would need to be softened. If we look at the left side, the gap is even more narrow between his eyebrows and the sideburns, and it's just looking way too thick and dark. It has nothing to do with an artistic restoration of hair or facial and scalp hair. It has nothing to do with a hair restoration being performed by an ethical clinic that would actually advise such patient to remove some of those very aggressively placed follicles in the sideburn and temple areas from the previous surgery. And after such removal, either by laser or a surgical graft removal via FUE, and then the clinic should have suggested some form of a correction. But what they did, they decided to ignore that step and just add on to the already improperly done surgery and just highlight the unnaturalness of that previous surgery even further. And it's really a shame that he went, with this strategy. And I don't know whether it was his idea. He didn't know any better. He thought it's going to look better, or the clinic promised him something else and something better and delivered something what we can see here. It's really hard to tell with these people. Sometimes they might be also suffering from HDD, which is hair dysmorphic disorders, where people still focus on improving it, make the hairline even lower, make the temples even more aggressive, because they're still not happy with what hair transplant is capable of doing for them. And that has also a lot to do with them having improper expectations or unrealistic expectations. And I mean, even if the patient wants this, like, no ethical clinic would advise to do that, to proceed with that, to fulfill his wish just because he wants it. Ethical clinics have a job to say no to patients with very unrealistic expectations. So if you are right now in search of the right hair transplant clinic for your specific case, hopefully this video acted for you as a warning what not to look for and what are the results that will serve as red flags for you if you are browsing through hair transplant clinic galleries. And these should be red flags that should help you identify bad clinics you want to have nothing to do with. So give this video a like if it helped you, and please don't forget to participate in the poll that I created. So that was it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in another video. Take care.